Hello, my name's Chris, and today I'm going to be doing a video on the BARB test for the Army. Right, you get given this is a BARB booklet, alright, and this comes after you've sent off your GP confirmation that you're physically fit enough to be going for Army training. Okay, this BARB test booklet, it says important on it. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be back to front because that's the way it's recording it, but you know, like when you put things in a mirror. Don't know. But this is the BARB test. So you get the BARB booklet, important. The first lot of questions, you don't need to read all the introduction, it's really simple. Right, you just answer the questions as quick as you can, but you've got to try and get them right as well. So it's questions like, John is older than Pete, who is younger? So yeah, it's really simple, but it looks really simple, but in that kind of situation you can kind of panic and get things wrong, alright? So like, Tom is heavier than Fred, who is heavier? Now at first you start to try and think about it as two people, but what I think you need to think about it as Tom is heavier, who is heavier, right? So it's obviously going to be Tom. John is brighter, who is duller, it's going to be the other person, it's not going to be John. Yeah, so just try and forget about the other person, because you want to concentrate on making it as simple as you can, yeah? So that's the reasoning test, okay? And then you get loads of example questions, with for some reason only 4 of the answers, don't know what that's about. BARB computer test. Test 2, the letter checking test, okay? This is, again, really simple, but you have to be able to do it really quickly, and you can't really check it over. You need to know it straight away. Sorry about my fingers at the moment, they're a bit knackered. Went to the lakes last weekend doing abseiling, and yeah, you can see what's happened. So back to the letter test. You can see what's going on there. Yeah, you've got higher case and lower case letters, and you have to see which ones match up. So basically, if all 4 of them match up, you can usually tell straight away pretty much, because it looks right. So if it looks exactly bob on, go for the 4, yeah. And what I do is I just go Q, Q, N, A, and that's not right. So you got 1 right, 1 wrong, 1 right, 1 right, that's 3. Click 3, yeah, really simple. Try and make your decisions as quick as possible. Just try and find a way that you can do it. So I go 1, 2, 3, yeah. So if it's not right, I just completely blank it out, just forget about it. Anything you do wrong, just forget about it instantly. Forget about the last question that you've done as soon as you've done it, because if you start dwelling on things, that's when you start to slow down. The number distance test, yeah. This is where you've got 3 numbers, and you've got to find the middle number, and then find which is the furthest away from it. Okay, so the booklet says kind of visualize it, but that's not what you want to be doing. You just want to be doing it by, well, I suppose you can, but so like 5, 3, 9. 5's obviously going to be the middle. 3 is 2 away from 5. 4 away is 9, so it's going to be 9 because it's the furthest away. Right. So with this one, it's really exactly what it says on the tin. You just need to, as quickly as you can, find out which number's furthest away. The word meaning test. Okay, I'm trying to go through this as quick as I can. I might mumble, whatever. Go on about it a bit too much, but yeah, I've just probably used up 10 seconds talking about that. Seat, book, chair. Yeah, obviously seat and the chair are the same thing, so it's going to be book. So the way I do this is I read out all 3 words to myself, and I see which one instantly doesn't make sense, yeah? So like closed, open, fear. Obviously closed is going to be the opposite of open. Fear has nothing to do with it. So just read it through to yourself and see which one makes sense. There's no real technique to those last 2 tests. It's just common sense, yeah. And then with this one, which is the rotated symbol test, I found quite a good method of doing this. Originally, I was saying, right, that's not an F, and that's not an F, so that's a matching pair, and that's not an F, and that's an F, so that is not a matching pair. So that's one matching pair. Don't think, but then I started to think about it as, if it's not an F, it doesn't count. So I was just mixing myself up. So the way I've done it now is, if it's facing anti-clockwise, so this one's facing anti-clockwise, and this one's facing anti-clockwise, so they're a pair. Right? So if you kind of imagine it as like a sail going around on a windmill, it's facing anti-clockwise, that one's facing anti-clockwise, that one's facing clockwise, not a matching pair. So I found that the F method just confuses you, because I know it is an F, but try not to think about it like that. Try and think about it as clockwise, anti-clockwise. Again, you're getting example questions, which pretty much most of these questions will actually be on your test. So if you test yourself on this booklet, most of those test answers will come up in your test. And that's the end of the booklet. Now, the BARB test takes about half an hour to do, but it's just constant, yeah. You don't really have much time to break, apart from when between the types of questions. You get to click when you're ready. So if I'd advise you go into the test, you drink as much water as you can beforehand, get something to eat, make sure you're on the ball, ready for the test, because as simple as it seems, it's actually quite difficult because it's stressful, yeah, especially when you're thinking about doing your army career. It's going to be important to you. You want to get it right. Okay? So that's the BARB test. 6 minutes 59. That was quite a long video. This is the first of this type of video I've done, really. I'm going to try and improve for the next one. But I probably won't. I'll probably still go on about the same things. Yeah. So, yeah.